Before this video starts, I want to apologize to FlowGlow and especially FlowGlow's design team. I made an assumption during the course of me reacting to the video that there was some sort of potentially AI generative movement that was going on with some of the set pieces and characters, because I had seen very similar rocking motions done very poorly with AI generative stuff. I don't know why I decided to just make an assumption, but fortunately, the design team had a portfolio that I looked at and I could see that my suspicions were not founded, but that still was wrong of me to do. So for that, I apologize. Hope you enjoy the video, but more importantly, please support everyone involved in it. Link to the videos in the description. Okay, this is about the third time that I've tried to record this. I am going to break my monitor and everything else before jumping off a building. The internet just refuses to be kind to me right now. But we're still going to go for it, folks. This is FlowGlow, a new group, and this is their new song, 24K Gold. And from what I heard, because during some of these previous recordings, I have heard part of it, they are doing an excellent job mixing everybody in the track immediately. I've said before, you can do two things normally with group songs. You can either have everyone trade off a line back and forth, boom, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, we get everybody, or we can do it in groups based on how everyone flows together, that kind of thing. But the only thing that's the thing that I want to see. And what happens oftentimes is the people who can sing better or rap better or whatever, they get the main vocal time, and then everyone else is kind of in the background, and I hate that. And that is not so here. Let's jump into it. And this beat's still fire, even though I've heard it 5 different times. So the thing I love about that is, first of all, that was everybody all in one go. They all have a different voice, they have a different cadence, and all of them are singing as they're doing fast harmonic rap, which is so cool. Harmonic rap is a great way to convey a lot more information than if you're just singing and kind of holding out every note forever and ever. You can sing a little bit faster and still have, a harmony. You're basically able to get out more. But the fact that they're, adding so much unique cadence to it is an incredible intro, and obviously it goes without saying, the cutaways to who they are lets us associate this person with this flow, this ability, etc. So Ooh. Okay, so we get nice references. Really, really enjoyed that. Lupin the Third, Mighty Thor, of course. I missed a couple of the other ones. I'm sure you guys will let me know in the comments. But there's so much good stuff exhibited here from a writing standpoint. We are showing everyone's cadences. Everyone sounds confident and capable, even though everyone's voice power is not exactly the same. They're confident with what they're doing, which I've said a trillion times, you can't fake that. It's going to show up in the recording regardless. And then the writing, whoever was in charge of the writing, absolutely phenomenal stuff. It's some people really like to use culture references and things like that to show your penmanship and how you're, aware of current trends or whatever, that kind of thing. But if you look at guys like, oh my gosh, what is his name? Holy smokes, I cannot think of his name right now. There's a few rappers out there that they're just big time nerds, and they're not even putting themselves out as nerd rappers, quote unquote. They're not like leaning into the niche, but they're letting God, I can't think of any lyrics right now, but using a lot of nerd vernacular to let people know, hey, it's what I like, so that's what I'm referencing. So I think it says a lot more to the character as well. So great harmonizing. So, okay, phenomenal work with the chorus. It sounded like everybody was perfectly in line, with a little bit of like a couple people coming in and then going back out. Like it kind of, ebbs and flows a little bit, which, obviously if you're going to be singing with anyone, there's going to be ebb and flow with everybody's voices. So really great mixing on that. Yeah. And then it gives them so much personality. They're not just singing it all together. They're adding inflections, like all of that stuff shows so much ability and cohesion, which is wonderful. Love it. Oh, and also the beat is relatively simplistic. We get a harmony that kind of changes a little bit with the da 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 da, and then on top of that is just bass. But it sounds so good. It sounds fantastic. Even in the chorus, it's very laid back, which is interesting. A lot of the time with this particular style, a lot of the group dynamics rely heavily on just kind of big, booming, bassy moments, which is nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying. Yeah, you just add an alternating bass drum and hi-hat, and that's it. Hey. Avengers, we go back to that. We carry it with our flesh and meat. Gen AI, we can't replicate it. I love that. That's another great way in writing to show that you're current with the times, but not like sound like you're hating. And okay, that's going to sound weird. There's a lot of artists who, in an effort to try and show people that they're with the times or that they're aware of something, it's almost like they bury themselves in a niche where it's not going to be applicable in the next few years. If they use slang or different terms that people know currently in an effort to try and sound, like, hey, I know your generation. Well, it's going to not be applicable in the next year because everything changes so quickly. But with how AI has been such a divisive situation here, weirdly enough, it's literally just a bunch of lazy people who don't care to actually pay an artist. They would rather take time to learn coding to steal someone's stuff instead of just... Yeah. Anyway, that's divisive enough that I think it's absolutely applicable for a song like this. So very, very good stuff. Oh, one other thing I wanted to point out with the different cadences, just listen to how some people are punching in their words, they're adding some oomph, and then others are just kind of singing to it in a relaxed tone, but it all is mixed really well. So it doesn't sound like the person being more chill is way back in the mix. Listen to that. Yeah, da 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 da. And then there was that little bit of a yeah, okay, so right there at the end, like the synth went up just a couple notes and then back down. Like, that's such a nice little touch right there. It's one of the main things I love about EDM music. I can listen to a 7.5 to 9 minute track by Deadmau5 where it's like a minute and a half of and I'm like, key change, and it's perfect. It's just one of the great things about this particular genre. So ooh. Oh, nice outro. But please, go support these guys. Their voices are fantastic. I know that much. It had everybody's channels here. So go support these guys. Absolutely fantastic job. The one with the light blue hair was easily my favorite. I liked her tone and cadence, even though it was a lot more relaxed. She definitely cut through with that personality, and I want to see more of that. But anyway, that's all I have to say about that. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.